While the income of the wealthiest 20% of DC residents has grown steadily in the last 30 years, the income tax bracket for the highest tax rate for the highest bracket was cut from 9.5% to 8.5% in 1999, and that highest bracket starts at just $40,000 per year. In light of current economic and budgetary conditions, should we be looking at further changes to our income tax structure?
Well, let me say, and I wasn't here in 1999 when the taxes were reduced for that bracket, but I am here today. And I know there's been plenty of conversations. Many of you who campaigned with me in the past had talked about how do we look at in tough economic times, do we look to raise taxes on the wealthy first? The second question is, when we do raise taxes, what are we raising taxes for? And are they at the top priority of what I believe they should be as it relates to additional revenue? The first thing we should do for additional revenue is look at how much money we're mismanaging, look at how much money is wasted on the table, which my committee did when we went back and checked and rechecked and double-checked the budget numbers. We found out that in the Great Street TIF allocation, there was an over-allocation of $6 million, which means that was over-allocated. What we were able to do was take that money and we put it into child care subsidy, for which many people came and talked to me about the necessarily for our mothers that are out trying to find a job. Was hard to work if you don't have child care and afford child care. And we was able to close that gap of about $2.3 million.
Okay. Mr. Orange, would you like to address that question for 1 minute?
You know, the council just recently passed a $5.3 billion budget. And I think what we really need to do is examine our revenue versus our priorities and make sure that we're doing a thorough analysis. Now, let's really, cut through the chase and let's see what's really going on. There's a lot of tax and spending that's taking place. And there was a lot of taxes that were proposed. You have the soda tax, you have the bag tax, you have the energy tax, you had a possible yoga tax, just all kind of taxes. And at the end of the day, the tax does not match the priority. When we were looking at the so-called soda tax, it was going to generate $16 million. But right off the top, we were told that only $6 million is going to go to the problem, $10 million is going to go to the general fund. When you look at the energy tax, it brings in about $20 million on an annual basis. And yet we're told now that all the work that Councilmember Mary Shea has done over the past 3 years in bringing about the sustainable energy utility, that now those dollars are going to be pulled away. And so who's going to be hurt? It's going to be the citizens, because the energy tax was supposed to reduce energy consumption and costs, and now it's not going to do that.
Thank you very much.